Americanos are good fighters. They have played a couple of exhibition games, preparation tournaments before they got here. So they know a little bit about each other. They know about the main pieces. So you expect both teams with the experience they have at the point to play this out on a close one.
Escucharemos el himno de Uruguay.
Welcome back to the Palacio de los Deportes in Mexico City for the 2015 FIBA Americas Championship Tournament. Our second game of the day between Brazil and Uruguay. Great way to Victor Vance for bringing you the action. And we are almost to the halfway point of this first day of competition. We've got some more games coming up this evening. At 6 o'clock local time, it's Argentina and Uruguay. Some of your former teammates and countrymen out there.
Well, absolutely. As a matter of fact, to begin with, we're basketball fans, so we're quite excited to see this. Uruguay is a very, very good team. They're very experienced. You have the point guard play of Mr. Osimani that has played around South America in different countries. So you expect him to keep up the pace and put his team organized on the floor. In Uruguay, playing a South American style where they want to control the half court, similar to what Brazil might do in Rubem Manhano who is an excellent coach and has had this squad for the past 3 months, because this Brazil team is pretty much the same team that went to the Pan American Games and the Copa Tuto Marchand. They had a one or two pieces, so you expect a good quality half-court game, transitions when they have, but both teams expect to be well coached and run their sets.
I remember teasing Chantal Vallée and Michelle Hendry in the FIBA Women's Tournament up in Edmonton. Both outstanding, well-known national team fixtures in Canada. And when they were broadcasting the Canadian games, I had to rib them a little bit for trying to make sure not to clap and cheer. All in good fun, though.
No, that's
Taking
okay.
a look at the starters for this game for Brazil. They are designated the visitors in this one. They will be starting Ricardo Fischer at guard. Vito Benite also at guard, wearing number 8. At forward, Vera Marquinhos wearing number 14. Carlos Olivinha, number 10. And at center, Augusto Lima, number 6. We just saw the starters for Uruguay. Number 5, Bruno Fittipaldo. Number 6, Mauricio Aguiar. Number 7, Matthias Calfani. Number 11, Martin Osimani. And number 13, Kirill Voxman.
Well, if you're Brazil, you really want to keep an eye in the point guard player, Mr. Osimani. As I said, he's a critical piece. He's the backbone of that team. You're going to look to control the pace. And if
last-minute instructions from the Uruguayan coach, Adrian Capelli. JJ, the FIBA mascot, getting everybody pumped up.
And if you're Uruguay, you want to keep an eye for Mr. Vito Benite, number 8. He had a fabulous Pan American Games, leading the team in scoring, as well as number 14, Mr. Marquinhos Vieira, has played in the NBA before, currently plays for Flamengo. And number 6, Augusto Lima, the big guy inside, very active, very agile, played in Spain the last couple of years. So those 3 are the backbone of Brazil. If you're Uruguay, you want to make sure you circle them out at your game plan and say, okay, let's make sure these 3 guys don't get going.
Players exchanging some final greetings and pleasantries on the floor, moments away from tip-off. It's going to be Lima jumping against Calfani. Ball's in the air, and we are underway between Uruguay and Brazil.
Brazil with the man-man defense has the characteristics of Mr. Ruben Magnano's strong half-court fundamentals.
Fittipaldo's 3 would not go. And so Brazil's first offensive set. Lavinia back over to Fischer.
Fischer, who got the starting position after Mr. Luz, number 5, got hurt in preparation games.
Foul called against Fittipaldo. As you see him kind of pull down. Let's see who that was that he pulled down.
Augusto Lima, number 6, the big guy. Well, they're going to look to feed right here.
A little mix-up in communication there on Brazil's part, and here comes Uruguay. Feed Calfani down low. He turns and shoots. Shot won't go. Rebound batted around by Voxman, and then taken out of there by Brazil. Pass to Olivinha, 3 on the way. That's no good. Rebound to Calfani.
Good job by Fischer, Joe. He drawing the defense and kick it back out for a wide open shot.
Aguiar right side to Voxman.
Cross screen.
Aguiar working on Marquinhos. Not sure what he was trying to do there, but he turned the ball over, and here comes Benite, and he draws the foul. That's going to be on Osimani, his first.
Gonna drive the floor here for a second.
Perspiration wiped up before they inbound the ball.
Osimani that time didn't actually try to foul. He actually tried to strap his position and get a charge, but it didn't go his way, and he got called for the block.
Fisher, top of the key, working his way left. Now gets it back to Olivinha. Now to Lima. His shot inside is good. Got the friendly roll, and Brazil scores first. They're up 2-0.
Big guy set the screen, rolled to the basket, got himself nice position. Little fade around with the bounce.
Fittipaldo, guarded by Fisher. Around the screen to the right. Now lobs it inside. Calfani gives it up to Aguiar. Off the glass, that won't go.
You gotta keep playing without the ball. Cuts and screens is very important.
Benite backs it out, gets the offense reset. 10 to shoot. Olivinha tries the lob pass, but it gets batted out of there, and Uruguay running. Fittipaldo, hesitation move, and he draws the foul on Carlos Olivinha.
Ruben Mayana telling Olivinha that he had nobody on you, you got to shoot that. They're already playing for the lob, so make a read.
Calfani to inbound, gets it to Osimani. Fittipaldo right side. The floater over Olivinha won't go. Uruguay gets it back. 10 to shoot.
Brazil scrambling the defense a little bit, but still playing man-to-man. They're trying to create confusion for Uruguay. They're switching on a lot of screens.
Now Uruguay, I don't think they're watching the shot clock. They did not get that off, and once again, we see a team forget that it doesn't get reset to 24.
They have to be aware of that. On the offensive rebound, you got to go to a quick hitter, a mismatch, something to attack the basket, because those 14 seconds go by in a hurry.
Fisher over left side to Marquinhos. Now to Lima. Back to Fisher. Marquinhos left side. Feeds Lima down low, and that misses everything, so that's a shot clock violation. Sometimes if the defense catches it, they'll let them play on.
But you got to have full control.
Right.
If the ball is still in nobody's control, the referee will stop the game and call a 24-second shot clock. High pick and roll action, nice pass.
Calfani goes up, can't get the roll to go in, but he will go to the free throw line for a pair. That foul is going to be on number 6, Augusto Lima. That's his first, second team.
Uruguay last two possessions ran the pick and roll at the wing at the 45 angle. This time they ran it up top. Osimani with the beautiful read. He saw the big fella running down to the basket. He fed him. They got a foul and they get a point out of it.
So Uruguay gets its first point of the game. And their second as well, so almost 3.5 minutes in, a little over 3.5 minutes in for them to get their first point, and we're tied at 2. Much as we saw in the first game between Cuba and Venezuela, the teams kind of feeling each other out.
You can never underestimate your first game, right? You're getting used to the court, you're getting used to the environment, you're running your sets. So it's not just talk, it actually happens. You got to get a sweat in, get a game or so, a couple of minutes, and then you really feel comfortable and your percentage goes higher.
And now a foul away from the ball as Olivinha and Waxman were battling down low. I think they're going to get Waxman on the foul.
They're going to get a 3-second violation.
Oh. Well, there was quite a bit of jostling as you saw there. And that was indeed a 3-second violation against Kirill Waxman.
There's that horn action we talk about. Marquinhos. Marquinhos is an interesting player because he can create his own shot. With that big size of his, number 14 of Brazil, he's about 6'9", maybe 6'10", and with the high release, he can create his own bucket. And you saw Vitor Benite on the runner there down the lane.
Good shot by Benite, the floater. That shot is so hard to replicate in practice.
But nowadays so needed.
Yeah.
Because you speed it up and you're able to beat, we call it sometimes big man killer, because he can't get to your shot.
Now Benite again at the other end, that won't go. Three on the way, that's short. Ball goes out of bounds, that will stay with Uruguay. Four to 2 in favor of Brazil. JP Batista and Guilherme Giovannoni on for Brazil.
Guilherme Giovannoni, a very experienced player, had played many years in Italy, many years in Brazil. As a matter of fact, this year his 20th year playing for the national team.
And there's that floater again. That time by Fittipaldo, it wouldn't go. Waxman tried to save it.
If you allow me,
off
partner,
the back of the backboard.
there's two types of shots there. There's a runner, or it's kind of like a layup setup. You go into a 1-2 step, but you finish with the shot with one leg up. And you also have the floater, which many viewers will know, kind of like a Tony Parker shot.
Right.
It's kind of like a little push shot. Those two shots gotta be practiced by young ones learning this game.
Tough shot inside by JP Batista. He scores, and he'll go to the free throw line for the and one.
JP Batista, former Gonzaga product, play there with Mr. Adam Morrison.
Foul there you see on Waxman.
Nice up and under.
That's his first. Batista at Gonzaga from 2004 to 2006. Hits the free throw. And Brazil leads 7-2. Uruguay 0 for 6 from the floor so far. Nice ball movement by Uruguay there. Newsom had it down underneath the bucket, but he got bumped pretty hard and fouled. That foul on Marquinhos.
Rotation was a little bit late, but give credit to Uruguay. They ran their set, and they got exactly what they wanted on the floor.
Fittipaldo. Boy, miscommunication on the offense by Uruguay there. 2 to shoot. And Osimani did well just to hit the rim there.
.24-second shot clock is going to be put into 21 seconds. We had a little issue.
And they reset it a bit late, so.
Referee says, please put on 21. I do want to make sure everything gets right.
Yep. And it's interesting when you have an international tournament like this, you have so many people from so many different countries. You know, people speaking Spanish and English and Portuguese and some French speakers here. And
you're absolutely right.
Make sure that, and you know, there's different accents and dialects, and so when you have an issue between officials on the floor and on the table, sometimes you have to make sure that you're speaking the same language, literally and figuratively.
That's right, and that's why also to become a international referee at this level, you must speak English. There is a common language given by FIBA to avoid exactly those kind of problems, to make sure the communication is right.
That foul, meanwhile, called on Batista. 4th team foul against Brazil. Aguiar for three. Bang! Aguiar gets the first field goal for Uruguay, and it's 7-5.
He got his feet set, a wide open look. At practice, he might knock down 9 out of 10, and he knocked that one down.
Now a three at the other end is no good by Marquinhos. And there's that grab foul again at midcourt to prevent the break. That's on Ricardo Fischer.
We are seeing that foul. It's a strategy foul more and more in the game. Now, however, Brazil's got to be careful because they had 4, and now they're going to shoot. Uruguay's going to shoot 2. And so in that case in particularly, the best read was to play defense and not give up a half-court foul to give them 2 shots.
There you got a good look at the three-pointer by Aguiar. As you said, set his feet, stroked it, and splashed it.
And in his head, when he went back, he was probably saying, all day.
Free throw good by Aguiar, and if he makes this next one, we will be tied at 7 with 3:07 to play in this first quarter. We are indeed tied. Fischer into the front court, getting it from Batista. There's Benite. Underneath, beautiful feed to Batista. Boy, that was a needle-threading pass right there. It got poked around once he got it, but that was a beautiful touch on that pass.
But let's give some credit to the Uruguayan defense so far. Brazil, within 7 minutes of play, they have 7 points, but Uruguay is really keeping them off the paint. They are playing the one-on-one. They're not getting beaten.
Yeah, Uruguay, for as much as they struggled offensively to start off this one, they really did well to keep Brazil from running away early.
And as a coach, you want to remind your team that offense wins games, but defense wins championships.
That foul for Uruguay on Matthias Calfani. Batista misses the free throw. It's the second to break the tie, and it's 8-7 in favor of Brazil. Osimani, a tough shot, no good, rebounded by Batista.
Now you see Rafa Luz right there, already called the play, the transition, all the way from the back court. You don't have to cross the half-court line to call your play. As soon as you get that rebound, everybody got to be on the same page and know what you're running.
Three-pointer no good, and here comes Uruguay back the other way.
Nice give
Three
and
in
go.
the corner, that's no good, short. And Benite draws contact, won't go, but then the flush with authority by Marcus Toledo. There's that FIBA rule. Once it hits the rim and it's up above the cylinder, you can touch it, and touch it he did.
So let's make sure this goes in.
Yeah. The original shooter's like, come on, that was going to fall. What are you doing?
And as a coach, like, okay, I just want the 2 points.
Exactly. Now the turnaround is no good by Calfani, and now a foul called.
So Ruben right now not too happy with the Brazil rotation, because
there's that dunk. Our camera right up behind the backboard there. It's one of the angles they use for replay on those did it touch the rim or did it not type plays. We had one of those in our first game today as Newsom misses the first free throw. Brazil leading 10-7.
But you like Uruguay's composure. They're playing good defense. They're being calm on the offense. And they're in this game because of that. So you really like the start for the Uruguayan team.
Second free throw up and good. Aguiar for Uruguay leads all scorers with 5. Batista has 4 for Brazil. Benite back to Luz. Now they swing it right side. The drive, offensive foul call against Batista. I beg your pardon, that was on Toledo.
And for the young ones out there, you have got to sacrifice your body. There was a drive down the lane. You step in there, make sure that you get a charge, avoid the 2 points, get a foul on the other teammates, and plus it's a play that brings your team's morale. You make sure to say, listen, we are aware, we are rotating, and we're not going to give you anything easy.
That was a beautiful rotation by Ricky Newsom. You can see he was clearly outside of that restricted area. Got himself set and took it in the chest.
And that's a play you practice. Taking a charge is not just a hustle or a read. As a coach, you want to put your kids, your players, through those situations so they know what the fundamental is. It's taking a charge.
Luciano Perotti into the game now for Uruguay. Touch pass from Borsellino. Perotti the shot. That's good. Tough shot over Giovannoni, and he just looks around saying, not sure how he did that. Got it up over his.
Well, sometimes there's good defense, but there's better offense.
Perotti at 1.93 meters and Giovannoni at 2.04. He's looking around saying, I just don't get it. You get a look at the contact inside.
Got a little bit too physical on the reach in, referee side. Giovannoni shooting 2.
Free throw up and good. And Brazil breaks the tie. They're up 11-10.
Low scoring first quarter,
Yeah,
but
we saw
not
that in our first game as well.
But well played. They're running their sets. They're taking their time. I want to give this more of a defensive view than an offensive struggle.
That's a very good way to look at it. Inside of 40 seconds to play in this first quarter. Aguiar up off the glass, no. Rebound Toledo. Stolen then by Fittipaldo. 3-on-1. Inside to Newsom, and he lays it in over the outstretched arms of Mindel, but a injured player for Brazil at midcourt. That's Marcus Toledo.
Looks like when he was trying to bring the ball up and trying to make an outlet pass, there was some challenge, and he might have sprained his ankle a little bit as he gets helped off the court.
Yeah, he's not able to put any pressure on that right foot. Get a look at it here.
Yeah, he did it, but he kind of did it by himself after the pass.
Yeah, it looked like he was just stepping and trying to cut.
It's too bad. We hope he's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. About a half-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
Brazil running a very famous set where they put the 2 up.
Wow, what an offensive, or rather a defensive play by Perotti. He anticipated the move by Luz and jumped in front of him and drew the charge. Watch this. I know where you're going to go. And Luz says, well, I'll take it anyway. And the official says, no, you won't.
He maybe got a little bit of a acting job, but fair enough. That was a charge.
So Uruguay with a chance to take the lead at the end of the first quarter. Fittipaldo gets between a pair of defenders, and then the shot blocked by Rafael. Wow, Rafael got way up there for that one. Two seconds left. And I don't think Uruguay is going to get a shot off. They don't. And so the first quarter ends tied at 12. This is preliminary round play of the 2015 FIBA Americas Championship Tournament at the Palacio de los Deportes in Mexico City. We're back in a moment. Welcome back to Mexico City. There you see trainers working on the right ankle of Marcus Toledo. Almost looks like it's something with his instep as we listen into the Brazilian huddle.
No tenemos nada, porque es pequeño, con el sí, el 4 se abre. Podemos correr, güey, ya va a entrar la bola, ya va a entrar, buenas cortinas.
Brazil said, if we don't have anything, let's make sure we spread and run to our spots so we can have good spacing. And Uruguay coach said, be confident, it's going to go in. We're playing the right way. Let's make sure we keep setting screens. We're going to be all right.
Uruguay 2 of 12 from 2-point range, 1 of 4 from 3-point range in that first quarter. Brazil 4 of 8 from 2-point range, 0 for 3 from beyond the arc. Leading scorer for Uruguay, Aguiar with 5. Batista has 4 for Brazil. That time it's Marquinhos putting it in. He's got his first 2.
Marquinhos plays for Flamengo of Rio de Janeiro. Captain of the team, I believe, along with Marcelo Machado, a veteran. And they won the Intercontinental Cup, the World Club title last year when they played against Maccabi Tel Aviv of Israel.
This year's version of that cup coming up in just a few weeks.
The 25th and the 27th of September in Sao Paulo in the Ibirapuera gym. It will be Bauru versus Real Madrid. For those that may have a question, when you play best of 2 games, you take the point differential from the first game to the second game.
Marquinhos on the drive, bumped by Suberbil.
It's very long, the ability to get down the lane with just 1 or 2 dribbles. Got some contact, was not too balanced to finish the shot, but you want to keep the aggressive mentality.
You see the nice attack by Marquinhos along the baseline. Did not get the shot to fall, but he drew the foul on Suberbil.
Very strong, taking the ball with his left hand. Uruguay got a scout and push him to his right.
Free throw misses, so we are remaining tied at 14. One more chance to break the tie.
Well, we have here sitting in the first row, maybe our cameraman will be able to get a shot of it, but Tuto Marchand is here. He's sitting down came all the way from Puerto Rico watching the game. That is FIBA Americas Secretary General Emeritus, the one and only Mr. Tutu Marchand.
So the shot missed, but understandably, once you see this replay here, although he kind of kicked that foot out to draw the foul.
Players sometimes do that.
Yep.
They get a little bit bigger by spreading their base, and the defense comes under. Referees, I have seen them call that an offensive foul sometimes, but the majority they call it on the defense.
Actually saw that called a couple times in the tournament in the Caribbean a couple of months ago. Kicking that foot out was rampant in that tournament, and so kind of tried to put an end to that. So Osimani hits 2 free throws. He's got one more coming. Hits all 3 of them, and Uruguay leading 17-15.
I like the full court pressure here by Uruguay, trying to take the ball away from the guards, but Brazil breaks it really well with the play.
Oh, and Brazil blew a 5-on-4 opportunity. A player from Uruguay fell down, and the pass just a little too quick.
They did everything right until the last pass.
Osimani.
Brazil looks like it goes to a zone right here.
Parody for 3. That circles out. Nice box out, though, by Kirill Waxman. Allows Uruguay to retain possession.
Brazil in a 3-2 zone. See how Uruguay adjusts.
Superbill's 3. That won't go. Rebound to Marquinhos. Marquinhos at the other end on the attack, then pulls it out, gets it back to Lima. Now Luz kicks it out. 5 to shoot. Marquinhos tried to get it back inside to Luz, and the pass intercepted. Now here at the other end. Marcelino's shot won't go. Saves it inbounds, but he saves it to Luz. And then a foul called.
Little sloppy. We've seen a few turnovers on the passes. You really don't want to see that. You want to make sure your passes are sharp.
Boy, and some contact between Marquinhos and Superbill. And as a result, Marquinhos couldn't even turn around to receive the pass. And he looked at the official and said, hey.
He was trying to strap his position to get the ball in the wing, but the pass just came before he was even established, and it wasn't even close to his hands.
7:13 to play, second quarter. It's our second game of the day, second of 4. As a reminder, coming up this evening at 6 o'clock local time, it's Argentina and Puerto Rico. Then at 8:30, the Dominican Republic takes on the host nation, Mexico.
And very out of character, Brazil has 10 turnovers within 13 minutes, and Ruben Manano's team, that's not very usual.
Well, you can bet that'll be addressed in the locker room at halftime. And the circus shot.
Had nowhere to grab, had to flip that with the left hand. Good intention.
Now, if he would have made that, we would have called that Jordan-esque and a brilliant shot.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Mr. Jordan did make that a signature, no? They hacked him down, and he made sure he flipped that in.
And Marquinhos around the screen, the nice drive and dish out into the corner. 3 on the way, that's short. Rebound poked around and then finally taken by Uruguay. And then freight training his way into the lane is Matthias Calfani. He does not score, but he does draw the foul. And that's going to be on Minero Rafael. Get a look at the foul, and Rafael contending that his arms were straight up, but when you're moving and bump with the body, it doesn't really matter where your arms are.
I could have seen that being a no call or a defensive foul. Referee opted for the defensive. He thought it was some extracurricular contact, but not extracurricular, just a regular foul. But it could have been a no call.
First free throw by Calfani is good. Second one short.
Interesting to see the different rhythms in free throw shooting.
Fisher bounce pass into the post to Marquinhos. He tries to.
Good defense.
Lima, yeah.
Beautiful rotation.
And there's that reach foul.
Brazil's having some trouble to score, but Uruguay is really focused. Brazil's getting nothing easy. Everything's either contested or well played. So give Uruguay some props for being ready to play this game.
And now an offensive foul before the ball even gets thrown in. That's on Kirill Waxman, his second.
Now Uruguay, on the other hand, they got to translate to points. If they're playing well defense, they got to get some buckets. They have a 3-point lead, and they can even get a higher lead, but their percentage right now is also not very high.
There you saw Waxman step into the screen and then hold the defender to draw that foul. Now quick ball movement on the outside, 3 on the way. Here comes Uruguay looking to extend their 3-point lead. Fittipaldo.
Fittipaldo really playing a nice game right now, conducting his team, playing that point position with composure, getting them into the right spots. He hasn't scored, but as a point guard perspective, he's playing the game the right way.
Osimani sitting down for Uruguay.
And that will bring Fittipaldo in as their main ball handler.
A nice feed inside to Waxman, but the shot is blocked by Giovanoni, and Brazil is running. 3-pointer, that's good. No, they're going to say that was only a 2. Marquinhos stepped up and had his foot on the line. So Brazil back to within 1, 18-17.
On the fast break, sometimes you want to fill those lanes and run to the corner.
Yep. That's fast break 101. Now Aguiar. Oh, nice drop pass inside. A lot of contact. Calfani. Now Waxman has it, and they call a jump ball.
It's going to remain here as Uruguay possession.
Yeah, they don't have the possession arrow up on the main scoreboard there. But you saw the signal from the official. Now the long inbound pass. Waxman has it. Hands to Perotti. Perotti splits the defense, kicks it out to Fittipaldo. 3 on the way. Bang! As the shot clock was running out.
Pick and roll defense, the big man stepped up. He split the screen. That's a great option if you split the screen and open the court. And that's what he did with the cross pass and the 3-pointer for Uruguay.
Uruguay with a 4-point lead now. 3 at the other end is no good. Now a 3 again.
Quick transition 3 here.
Yeah. Fisher back into the front court. Benite. Brazil still continuing to struggle at times from the floor. Now the close-in shot from Perotti, no good. And a timeout called by Brazil as Uruguay has gotten the lead to 16. Nice shot off the glass there by Calfani. We're back in a minute.
cuando cerramos pick and roll acá, no logramos absolutamente nada. No conseguimos absolutamente ninguna de estas, ninguna. Este cara no produce nada. Ellos se meten en el medio del pick and roll, tocan bola para todos lados. Esa es la diferencia. ¿Está bien? Ey, están jugando fondo en el pick and roll lateral. Están jugando fondo. La bola en 5 o en 4 y venimos mano a mano al lado opuesto. Ey. ¡Vamos!
Back in Mexico City at the Palacio de los Deportes. Brazil calling timeout as they are behind by 6. And what did you hear during those huddles?
Well, Ruben, he said that he would like to get more production from his one spot. When they're playing the pick and roll on the offense, he said they're not getting many options. And on the other hand, he states that Uruguay is getting whatever they want off the pick and roll. So he wants to get better pick and roll action.
Marquinhos from the corner, that was good, a 2-pointer again.
See that high release, very hard to guard. Set his feet, quick shot.
And at 6'9", 2.7 meters. Almost impossible to block as well. Now Brazil gets the turnover, and here they come. Benite, his shot blocked, but a foul called.
But you appreciate number 6, Augusto Lima. See, he had the foul there. The foul was called before, so that didn't count. But he was the one who started that off on the defensive side with his agility ability. He challenged some shots and gave Brazil a fast break opportunity.
Free throw no good by Benite. 2 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 steals. Second free throw, up and good. 3:02 to play. Second quarter. Uruguay with a 3-point lead, and now a timeout taken by Uruguay. We're back from Mexico City in 1 minute.
Acá, abajo la presión. Vos veniste detrás del medio de la cancha por algún auxilio. Si entra la pelota, con los 3 chicos la subimos. Da, vos te quedas en el fondo. El ataque. Ey, poco el cambio de defensa. Escúchenme. No marcas nada. Vamos a jugar cuerno abajo. No marca nada, Martín. Es cuerno abajo. Da. Ey, fíjate, vos te metés para salir al tiro, o lo saca Mauricio, la cortina para vos salir a tirar. Bueno, fíjate eso. ¡Ey, pará! ¡Ojo, que ellos cambian la cortina! ¡La cortina es de ustedes! ¡Ey! Uno solo y el otro se va. Vamos, dale, vamos chicos, dale.
Welcome back to the Palacio de los Deportes in Mexico City. There you had a good listen in on the Uruguayan huddle there. Explain to our English viewers what.
Well, interesting to see, because the timeout before, Ruben was talking about that, the point guard production, and that's exactly what the Uruguay coach said. He said, I want to attack the point guard. So he called what they call horns down, which is the high pick and roll, the 2 big guys coming up so he can play them one. That's what he does right here. And he mentioned Brazil was switching on the side screens. So you can definitely see the coach's strategy come into play with their reads and their adjustments.
Newsome shot blocked by Lima. And it looked like, the ball landed on the baseline following the block, so that is going to remain Uruguay ball. Our official conferring with the table, getting the shot clock reset.
That's exactly what happened. They said Brazil did not have possession, so they'll probably reset to 3 seconds on the shot clock and not 14. And as a
good
coach,
catch there, partner.
And
He got the 3 seconds right on the money. Uruguay could not get a shot off. Now Brazil, the break at the other end. Yeah, and you motioned the same thing as Calfani, saying, hey, he tried to clear out with that off arm.
yeah, he went up with the ball in his right hand. He protected it with his left. Referee called on the defense, but it could have been a clear out.
So to the free throw line, Marquinhos splashes the first. Brazil back to within 2. Marquinhos with 8 points already and 5 rebounds. Well on his way to a double-double.
Very experienced player. As I mentioned before, played with the New Orleans Hornets at the time. Has a good scoring ability. They added him after the Pan American Games, and he is one of their main go-to guys.
Marcelino needing help. Finally got it from Aguiar. Now back up top is Osimani. Swings it left side. Brody. 3 to shoot. Right side to Aguiar. He drives. Oh, and gets bailed out by the foul on Vitor Benite.
Yeah, Vitor Benite moved his feet, got there, but there was a reach in. So he moved his feet, got to position, but reached with the left hand. The referee saw it. He did the hard part, which is slide all the way down.
Free throw by Aguiar, up and good. Uruguay with a 2-point lead. Aguiar makes it 3.
If you're Uruguay, you're happy that Brazil's only scored 22 points, but you want to try to finish this off the last 2 minutes with a little bit of a higher lead. So they're up 3. See if they can go up by 7 or so.
Lima swings it left side to Marquinhos. Defended well. He gives it back up inside. And a tough shot. Guilherme Giovannoni. A lot of contact. Went up and kept his body control and laid it in. Neither team really able to pull away.
And that's probably going to be a trend in the tournament. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of close games as this tournament goes on. And for the basketball fanatics, that's exactly what we want to be here for.
Foul called on the rebound.
Well, I said to Uruguay, they were up by 3, see if they can go up 5 or 7. And it didn't go their way. They got scored on, and here comes Augusto Lima trying to shoot 2.
Foul was on Borsellino. Borsellino rather, his second. Calfani has 3 for Uruguay. Trying to get the perspiration wiped off the ball there.
Well, good first half so far. Definitely from a defensive perspective, you like the effort and the strategy by Uruguay. They have great composure. They're keeping Brazil off the lane. They're rebounding the ball well and creating tough shots for Brazil. Brazil hasn't shot many open jumpers.
Boy, and Lima missed that free throw badly.
He went left the first one, and then he went right the second one.
Sometimes when you see a guy miss a free throw completely, it's because he misses it short. Usually you don't see him miss them left and right that bad. At least they'll catch a piece of the rim.
In this case, since it did not touch the rim, it is a violation, and the ball is reset on the outside at the free throw line extended.
Uruguay throws it away. Minute 14 to play, first half. Now you see the coaches making their offensive, defensive substitutions here. Batista back in. Lima sitting down.
There's a bucket by Brazil. Uruguay get a timeout here.
Batista.
Flare screen, nice pass. They go back down low. Nice three-man game.
Giovanni out to Benite. His shot won't go. Inside of a minute to play, second quarter. Uruguay with a 1-point lead. Down to the baseline, Newsom. Hangs in the paint. Misses the putback, though. Nicely done by Borsellino. 35 seconds to play, second quarter. Benite to Giovanni. Now to Fisher. Nice offensive set there, but Brazil could not score.
I guess we're bringing Brazil timeout. Reminding in the FIBA rules, you have 2 timeouts in the first half, and you have 3 timeouts in the second half. However, in the last 2 minutes, if you do not use one of those 3 timeouts, you're only able to use 2. And if there's overtime, you get 1 timeout.
Right. Eguiar called for the foul on the drive and the dish. Timeout on the floor. We're back with the final 20 seconds in just a moment.
Marco. JP. Marco. Cuando JP salga, José se mete aquí. ¿Sí? Y él le va a voltar. Y joga ahí. Backdoor. Gol. Rola la bola. Hey. Rola la bola. Atacamos. Bueno, escuchate todo. Pick and roll. En cualquier situación juegas cambio. ¿Entendido, muchachos? Sin full, sin mandar a la línea y de cabeza al rebote. De cabeza al rebote. Vamos, dale.
20 seconds to play in this second quarter, in this second game.
Brazil drew a end of the quarter play. Let's see if Uruguay allows them to. However, if you're Brazil, you want to make sure there's only 1 shot. You don't want to give Uruguay no chance. And Uruguay coach said if there's any pick and roll, we are switching everything.
Clock down to 5. Yep, travel. Just bobbled the ball a little bit and he came down and had to go back up with it. And now timeout. Uruguay taking their final timeout of the half. There you see the bobble and he had to take that extra hop. Batista saying to himself, I was this close. Don't forget, 2 more games coming up. Argentina and Puerto Rico at 6 o'clock local time, and then the Dominican Republic and Mexico at 8:30. Hope you can join us for those. Glad you could be with us for these.
Nico, lo venís y lo coordina a Martín. Martín, vení acá. De allá.
Al frente sacamos.
Así. Estamos. Escucha. No, de acá. Escucha. Nico. Fortinite venía acá al final.
Perfecto.
Abierto, Nico, abierto. ¿Qué hubo? Ponele un back pick a Bruno, escuchá. Mauricio, mira esto.
Brazil is on the court. After the timeout, the officials had to come in and break up that huddle. They were still Still had the dry erase board, getting the play diagram. Our FIBA TV crew has these huddles so well mic'd, you can, as a spectator, really get a feel for what the teams are trying to do, learn about the X's and O's of basketball.
Half court.
Half court shot, that's not going to be anywhere close on the attempt by Osimani. And so at halftime, it's Uruguay 27, Brazil 24. As we go to halftime at the Palacio de los Deportes in Mexico City, it's the 2015 FIBA Americas Championship Tournament. Glad you can join us. We'll have second half action in just a bit. As we take a look at some of the halftime statistics, Uruguay 7 of 33 overall from the floor, 21%, 2 of 8 from three-point range for 25%. They are 11 of 13 from the free throw line for 85%. Brazil, on the other hand, a little bit better from the floor, 8 of 23 for 35%, but they're 0 for 6 from beyond the three-point line, and they're 8 of 13 from the free throw line for 62%. Uruguay out rebounding Brazil 21-17, 11 turnovers for Brazil, 8 for Uruguay. Leading scorers, Aguiar has 7 for Uruguay. Calfani has 5. Newsom has 5. Leading rebounder, Borsalino and Calfani each with 4 rebounds. No one with more than 1 assist for Uruguay. For Brazil, Marquinhos with 9 points. Giovanoni and Batista each with 4. Leading rebounder for Brazil, Marquinhos with 5. Fisher has 2 assists. And if those statistics sound like it's going to work out to be a close game, well, it is. It's 27-24 in favor of Uruguay at halftime. We're back from the Palacio de los Deportes in Mexico City. It's halftime between Uruguay and Brazil of the 2015 FIBA Americas Championship Tournament.
Necesitamos urgentemente la presencia del electricista en la mesa de notaciones. Electricista urgentemente en mesa de notaciones.
Welcome back to the Palacio de los Deportes in Mexico City. It's the 2015 FIBA Americas Championship Tournament. At halftime of the second game of the day, it's Uruguay 27, Brazil 24. Craig Fada, Victor Mansour on the call. And Victor, neither of these teams really able to get too far away from the other. You'd see one team throw a punch and the other team would effectively counter and come back a little bit.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That's been since tip-off. The score's been close, and if you look from the Uruguay perspective, you're very happy actually that you have 11 offensive rebounds, and because that gives you second chance opportunities. Uruguay's composed. They're playing a half-court game. They're running their sets. They're being patient, and that's why they're able to keep this game within a 3-point lead. And on the defensive side, they're doing a tremendous job. They're holding Brazil to 24 points. Very out of character. Brazil has 12 turnovers for a Ruben Magnano team. That doesn't happen very often. For the Brazil side, you are happy with the production of Marquinhos Vieira. He has 9 points, 5 rebounds. He's been their go-to man, but you got to get more production off their guards and off their bigs. So if you're Brazil, Ruben addressed that. You want to get more production. 24 points is not a lot for this Brazil team. And they've been struggling on the offense a little bit. Defense of Brazil showed a little bit of a zone at a point. But most of the time they've been going man-to-man, and they've been switching on most of the screens. And that's been creating some confusions. So I expect this game to be like this up until the end. But I like what I see from Uruguay. I think Brazil needs to make adjustments. And we're in for some quite entertaining second half, my friend.
Don't forget, coming up at 6 o'clock local time, Argentina and Puerto Rico. Then at 8:30, Dominican Republic and Mexico.
Both Argentina, Puerto Rico, and the Dominican Republic, they were over in Puerto Rico just last week for the Copa Tuto Marchand. So we were able to get a close look at them. There should be some interesting matchups throughout this tournament. High pick and roll. Augusto Lima driving to the basket. He does that really well.
Now a foul in the paint as Benite tried to feed Lima down low. Foul called on Newsom.
But you gotta know how to feed the big. They fed him down low. They got bailed out with the foul, but he almost had a turnover on the pass.
Newsom starting the second half.
They go to the clear out.
Marquinhos didn't really have a clear shot, so he flipped the ball into open space. Benite able to track it down, but
1 second, they can probably get a tip or a quick shot. It's got to be a catch and shoot. That's exactly.
Benite gets it off, and he banks it in. No, that wasn't a bank shot. That was straight through. Nice shot by Victor Benite.
Good awareness, good play call. As you can see, that wasn't something that they've been practicing that because they knew exactly where they wanted the shot to come from, the elbow of their best shooter, number 8, Victor Benite.
And now Waxman gets tied up with, I believe that was Luz. Luz gets called for the foul.
On the pick there, they're both rolling. The referee interpreted that Luz brought him down with the hold.
That's a tough call on Luz there. So Aguiar, top of the key, working on Marquinhos, finally pops. Shot is short, but there for the rebound is Osimani. Now Aguiar, eye off the glass, wild shot won't go. Benite the rebound. Uruguay with a 1-point lead.
Uruguay at the elbow pick and roll, they're switching. They're doing what we call baseline,
Benite working on Newsom.
which is try to take away the pick and roll and make the ball go to the big.
Benite gets Newsom into the air, steps in, can't get the shot to go. Lavinho and Waxman crash to the floor, no call. Now Benite into the lane, gets it up underneath, and score the basket for Augusto Lima. That got the Brazil bench up. Foul is going to be on Aguiar. That's going to be the second on Aguiar. Aguiar just kind of hacked him from behind in desperation, to see on the replay there.
Late to the rotation. Now you don't want to make two mistakes. You're late to the rotation, but you also don't want to make a mistake of fouling the player and give him a three-point play.
Unfortunately for Uruguay, Brazil unable to complete the three-point play. So Brazil leads by 1, 28-27. Now a foul away from the ball again. Get a look at it here as
It's coming across.
yeah, Marquinhos kind of throws a shoulder.
He's over there at the grind, we call it. He got bumped, but bumped too much.
Now down low to Aguiar. He gets doubled. Boy, it's like he was in the paint for a long time. Finally gets the shot up. I think that was blocked. Benite to Lavinho. Wide open for three. Takes it. Waxman the rebound. Osimani.
There you go, feed it big now.
And unsportsmanlike called.
Extracurricular, there was a foul.
Yeah.
Players keep on playing, and Augusto Lima actually fouling him even harder the second time. Referee saw it, said, hold on a second.
So the initial foul on Lima. There's the foul. Then I think they saw kind of the swipe with the hand following the foul, kind of caught
On that left
Newsom
hand.
in the lip, yeah. So Newsom goes to the line on the unsportsmanlike.
Referee's trying to control the game, especially in the start of the second half. Make sure the players keep their composure.
So he misses the free throw. Now he lines up for the second. Ricky Newsom with 5 points so far. Misses the second.
Misses both, but they'll keep possession.
Yeah. Newsom not happy with missing those free throws. Got a hard foul, a little bit of a shot in the chops for his trouble, and he misses the free throws. Newsom now gets it over to Waxman.
There's that flex offense we spoke about at the beginning of the first game.
Newsom into the lane, he gets pinballed around. Lavinho drawing the foul. And Newsom will go back to the free throw line.
If you're Uruguay, that's what you want. You want to get to the line often, but you got to knock them down.
That's
So
5 team fouls already on Brazil. Newsom. Third straight free throw missed there, and that one missed badly.
Yeah, that was an air ball on a free throw. That should not be happening at this level of play.
Just hearing it from the fans a little bit. There, he finally gets one.
He said, I'm going to just catch and shoot and not even think about it.
Sometimes your head gets in the way. Now loose into the front court. Picked up by Osimani. Over to Olivina. Marquinhos on the right wing. Around the screen, then backs it out. 10 to shoot. Marquinhos. On Waxman. Into the lane. Kicks it out. 3 on the way from Luz. No good. Rebound Aguiar.
But Brazil got to be careful on keep on going to that isolation. You want to make sure everything is moving so the defense is on their heels.
Wide open straight on 3 is no good by Aguiar. Here comes Brazil back the other way. Nite to Batista. Here's Marquinhos. He puts up the long 3. That's no good. Marquinhos on the follow. Goes down hard, and the foul is going to be called on Newsom.
Playing without the ball. You got an offensive rebound. A player got to cut to the basket. Olivinha saw that. Saw the cutter on the offensive rebound. They saw the cutter, fed him. Good positioning by Newsom, excuse me, but got there a little bit too late.
So Marquinhos to the free throw line. Marquinhos with 9 points, make it 10.
Interesting to see how different players have different routines at the line. It's always important to keep in mind, though, the goals. The referees gives you the ball. You want to make sure you accomplish. You have the ball, look at the rim, and your follow through. Not too complicated, just nice and simple to get that bucket.
As we said, though, sometimes the head gets in the way. You think about, did I dribble 3 times or did I dribble 4?
That's right. Do I make a sign to my family? What do I do?
You get the old Karl Malone routine where he's up there for a good, seemingly minute and a half. Waxman with the tip in. We're tied up at 30. First 2 points of the game for Waxman. Oh, and
Both teams
had a
give it
chance
away.
at the break there. Olivina for 3. That's no good. Rebound to Osimani. Fittipaldo on the wing. He pops for 3, but an offensive foul away from the ball. That was Waxman, I believe. It is indeed. That's going to be 3 on Waxman. Boy, didn't see much there. So maybe a different angle. He does kind of throw the shoulder into him.
And he wasn't established. He was moving a little bit, and you got to be with your feet set. Can't be moving. It's a moving screen.
So Brazil looking to get the lead back. A 3 on the way from Marquinhos, and that's good. 33-30 in favor of Brazil. Marquinhos showing his experience here. This third quarter's been kind of sloppy and kind of down in the mud a little bit. Marquinhos
putting Brazil in his back,
Yeah.
the ball under his arm, and saying, okay, let me ride these through. But Brazil's got to be careful with that. You don't want to be going to isolations too early, too often, because that makes the defense to focus on that one man.
There you get a good look at the 3 from Marquinhos following the bucket by Waxman. He'll go to the free throw line for the and 1. Waxman now with 5 points to go along with his 6 rebounds. We're tied back up at 33. Biggest lead of the game for either team has been 6.
A nice cut down low by Guilherme Giovannone. Nice read, nice feed. Brazil go up 2. But partner we still yet to see the best out of these two teams.
Yep, timeout on the floor. We'll take it as well. 35-33, Brazil leads in Mexico City. (35-33) in favor of Brazil, game 2 of the day. Here at the Palacio de los Deportes in Mexico City. It's the 2015 FIBA Americas Championship Tournament. Craig Feda and Victor Mansour, glad you can be with us for this one. Alvaro Martin takes over the play-by-play duties for the second game. Or rather, the second 2 games, the third and fourth games. I'd have gotten it right eventually.
You're absolutely right, partners. We divided by sessions. We have the first 2 games are our first session of the day, and the third and fourth game are second session of the day. So you got it right.
Fittipaldo. And a travel.
That's that pivot food we've been talking about.
Yep.
Young ones out there, make sure you practice that fundamental.
Get a good look at it here. Yep. Moved the ball in his hands without having it touch the floor, and he shuffled those feet. That'll get called every time, no matter how quick it is.
Brazil goes down low to Luz, trying to take advantage of the mismatch.
Yeah, Luz working on Brody and scores.
And he does on the drop step. Nice play call by Brazil.
Brazil up 4 now, 37-33. Fittipaldo is passing inside to
second pick and roll.
Calfani. He loses the handle. Picked up by Benite. And
too much talking by the bench.
Yep.
They were arguing a call, and they'll give Brazil a free shot.
Did they call them for the tee, or did they just give them a warning?
Technical foul.
Did they? Yeah, they did. There's that nice drop step by Luz as Marquinhos goes to the free throw line to shoot the technical.
A technical foul used to be 2 shots. Now it's only 1 in possession.
Marquinhos misses. Luz picked up.
Well, I thought Brazil was going to go exact same play they did last time because they got advantage down low. Let's see what they run here if they're going to get Luz in the block.
He's got it up top now around the screen. Throws it back outside. 3 on the way by Benite. That's short. Rebounded by Borsellino. Aguiar into the paint. Kicks it out. Borsellino thought about the 3, then drove. Now he goes up inside and caresses it over the front iron.
Bullied his way down, backed him down, got into a nice close position, and nice finish with the left hand.
Uruguay back to within 2, 37-35. As we said a few moments ago, the biggest lead of the game has been 6. Uruguay led by 6. Brazil, their biggest lead was 4. There you see the grab foul. .307 to play, third quarter. Once again, coming up at 6 o'clock local time, it's Argentina and Puerto Rico. And then at 8:30, the host nation Mexico taking on the Dominican Republic. You can follow all of the tournament action, scores, statistics, game recaps, lots of great pictures on the official tournament website, americas2015.com. Follow us on Twitter at FIBA.
As well as the app. FIBA America has an app where you can follow the whole tournament, all the results, the teams, the scores. Quite handy.
You can also follow the game statistically on FIBALivestats.com.
And for those that want to hang out with us,
Yeah.
Live Basketball TV.
Now a nice move inside by Guillermo Giovanoni. He got bumped.
Yeah, he didn't get the bunny to go, and then on the rebound there was a fight for it. So he couldn't get it off the glass, and number 11, Rafael, just with the push.
Yeah, Rafael from behind.
And Nicholas gets fouled.
Borsellino to the free throw line. He has not shot a free throw yet in this game. Set to rattle in. We're back tied at 37. Get the feeling that this one's going to go right down to the wire.
Yes. It's been like this since the start. Both teams kind of like a heavyweight match, going at each other.
Yeah, we're definitely into the middle rounds now. Uruguay back with a 1-point lead, 38-37. Lose.
See if they go to Marquinhos or Beniti.
His long jumper won't go, but back tapped and taken by Luz. On the screen by Rafael. Tried to get it back to the big man, but tipped. Brazil manages to get it back. 5 to shoot now. Now the attack by Marquinhos. He goes off the glass and in. Nice attack by Marquinhos as the shot clock was winding down. That gives Brazil the lead back by 1, 39-38.
It's the ability to create his own shot. Goes down the lane, shoots a runner off the glass, high arcing shot, and gets the deuce.
Jab step fake by Aguiar. Pulls back and pumps the 3 in. And Uruguay now with a 41-39 lead.
You nailed it. Sometimes you don't need many fakes. 1 or 2 fakes, but well done. We're going to create you some space for you to take off that shot.
Luz. Back to Benite. 5 to shoot. Over a pair of Uruguayan defenders. Getting the rebound is Rafael, but
I'll tell you, Rafael really fighting down low. Last 3-4 possessions, he's battling down low. He got reordered. They got the rebound and the foul on the Uruguayan team. He's going to shoot 2.
That foul is going to be on Damian Alvarez, his first.
And you appreciate players like that. Giving his heart, putting in the effort, getting to the spots, rebounding, giving your team a second chance to score.
Rafael scoring his first point of the game with that free throw. Get a look from our crane arm camera.
Brazil with the full court press. Double stagger screen. Might have got away with a little travel.
Now Brazil on the run. Marquinhos left wing out to Luz. Luz trying to shake Herodi. Thought about the 3-pointer, then decided to change his mind and try to pass it underneath, but the passing lane wasn't there, so that just sails out of bounds, and it's Uruguay ball. Inside of a minute to play now, third quarter. We're tied at 41.
Got to be very careful when you jump to pass, because if the pass is not there, then you scramble to find an option.
Parodi. It's all the way to the bucket. It goes in. Nice drive by Luciano Parodi. The foul is on Luz, his third, and Parodi will go to the free throw line to try to complete the three-point play.
Crossover left to right, took his two-step, took the bump. Nice finish with the left hand in the scoop. Ball goes in.
Pretty English on that shot. Rolls it right off the glass and in.
And you got to practice those shots. When you go in down the lane, sometimes you don't have. When you're at practice, you think that you're just going to go for a regular layup. You gotta try some shots, some tough shots, because during the game, you're not going to get anything easy.
Completes the three-point play, and Uruguay has a three-point lead, 44-41. 30 seconds to play in the third quarter. Fisher finding Giovanoni. Wasn't anything there. Puts up the three-pointer.
Good defense
Rafael,
by
yeah.
Uruguay, though. They gave Brazil no room.
10 to play in the quarter. Uruguay. Runs the screen. Parodi, beautiful feet inside, and the finish by Nicolas Borsellino. He gives Uruguay a 5-point lead, their biggest lead of the game, at 46-41 heading into the fourth quarter. This is the 2015 FIBA Americas Championship Tournament from the Palacio de los Deportes in Mexico City. We're back in just a moment. Uruguay shooting just 29% from the floor, 13 of 45 overall, 3 of 12 from three-point range, but they're 17 of 23 from the free throw line. Brazil, meanwhile, 14 of 41 from the floor for 34%. A woeful 1 for 13 from three-point range. That only one that they hit was the one by Marquinhos in that third quarter. They're 12 of 19 from the free throw line. Uruguay leading the rebounding battle, 30-27. 11 turnovers for Uruguay, 15 for Brazil, and they've really taken care of the ball better in the second half as Brazil. Aguiar leading Uruguay with 10 points. Marquinhos now with 16 for Brazil. And Brazil finding themselves down 5 points. Granted, it's not a huge deficit, but it's the most they've trailed this game. What does Brazil have to do to try to get their offense going in this fourth quarter?
Well, they're facing a Uruguay team right now that's got a defensive mentality in which they're not going to get beaten. They're not going to give anything easy. Brazil has to work to get open, maybe run some screens, because they've been running a lot of isolation for Marquinhos, who's been their go-to man. But they're facing an Uruguayan team right now that's very focused on the defensive end and making everything tough for the Brazilian team.
Brazil had its best scoring output with 17 points in that quarter. Unfortunately for them, so did Uruguay. They put up 19 in that third quarter. Back to the action. Parodi finding Newsom. Spin move in the lane, but a foul called. That's going to be on Giovanoni, his second.
Good things happen to you when you feed the post. Defense had a lot of pressure against them, and they got called for the foul.
Now a catch and shoot three, rattles in by Fittipaldo, and the foul.
Nice
Foul
double.
is called on Leo Meindl.
They ran a double screen coming to the strong side. Strong screen coming to the right side. Fittipaldo able to get his feet, a quick release. Mendel just touched him. Referee called it. And we're going to try for a rare 4-point play.
Cannot get the 4-point play, but ball goes out of bounds and it'll stay with Uruguay, and so maybe they can get 5 points out of this trip up the court.
See if Brazil defends. They're probably going to run the same play on the other side. And they do. Brazil switches, good adjustment.
So now an 8-point lead, biggest lead of the game for either team. Uruguay has made its last 7 field goals on a 16-4 run. Barodi, he jacks up the 3 as the shot clock expires. Misses badly, and Brazil takes possession. Marquinhos, his 3-pointer, short and out of bounds. To me, like the last 2 3-pointers that Marquinhos took, that his right foot was on the line, but they signaled for 3.
Oh, interesting substitution here. Ruben actually trying to get Marquinhos off the floor a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like he is walking off a little bit gingerly after missing that 3-pointer.
Well, let's see what this brings to the Brazil team. See if they can get more of their movement, more of their motion, as they were doing in the beginning of the game.
Now a foul away from the ball.
Brazil stacking up the fouls here quickly.
And that one also on Mendel.
Yeah, I got called for the hold there on the curl, holding his hip with the right hand. Sometimes you get away with that, but in practice.
Barodi over to Fittipaldo. He gives it up inside. Now another whistle.
And with 8:47 to go, Uruguay has put themselves in a bonus situation. Brazil is on the foul limit, so every foul now will be 2 shots.
That was on Vitor Benite, his 3rd. You saw the signal for the 4th foul, but it's only showing 3 up on the board.
Let's see if Brazil can get a good shot off. Couple of trips down the court lately. They didn't get the best shot they could. Marquinhos came off the floor now. Let's see what they run here.
Now an offensive foul on the screen. That one on Mendel as well.
It is very hard for a coach or a team to be synchronized. That's one of the most difficult things to do. You got to have the cutting at the proper time as the screen, and that didn't happen that time. Player wasn't set.
That's 4 on Mendel, and he sits down.
Brazil goes to a zone right here, see if they can switch things up, and they do.
With a bounce pass from Osimani, created that turnover, but Uruguay comes away with it at the defensive end. A 2-on-1 now. Barodi into the corner. Fittipaldi couldn't quite handle the pass cleanly, and so Uruguay resets.
Good awareness, though. If he had dribble, he would have been a double dribble.
Brazil wants timeout. And they'll get it as Osimani scores, and it's a 10-point lead for Uruguay. 51-41. We're back from Mexico City. Uruguay threatening to put this one away.
Recíbelo en 4.
Salta no 5, volta e pega o Gui. Pega o Gui. Você volta e sai balance que eu vou pro rebote atrás.
No tenés nada. No tenés nada. Uno contra uno para y limpa, para JP.
Vou defender, vou pegar o jogo, hein? Todo mundo no rebote.
11.
Vamos, caralho.
11.
Back in Mexico City, Uruguay with a 10-point lead. Partner, what were you able to hear in that huddle?
Brazil, they're going to look to press full court after a bucket. And on the offensive end right here, they're going to try to get number 13, JP Batista, the ball down the block, see if they can get some good out of that.
A lot of whistles away from the ball. That one on Fittipaldo, his second. Lose to inbound. To Batista now. Back to Fisher. Down low. There it is for Batista, just like they drew it up.
Yeah, he protects it really well with his left shoulder, brings it up with a nice little hook shot with the right. Very tough to defend.
Newsom in the lane, working on Luz. Nicely done off the glass.
Brazil went zone, and they got mismatch with Luz on Newsom. He took advantage, dribbled him right, took it strong off the glass for the 2.
Newsom's got 8 points. Nice feed inside to Batista, so that's 2 straight possessions on which he has scored for Brazil. 7 minutes to play. Brazil's got it down to 8.
Brazil still with the 2-3 zone. Got to protect the heart of the defense right there in the middle.
Newsom from the right elbow. That careens off. Rebound, Giovanoni. Here comes Brazil back the other way.
See if they go down a little to Batista again.
This time they ran the screen, and looked like Batista didn't quite get to the spot. Aguiar back on for Uruguay.
Aguiar has been having himself a solid game. He's been to 10 points and 5 rebounds, one of their main players. So he coming in fresh right here with 6:36 to go. See what he can produce.
Telfani back in as well. 3 on the way, that's no good. Oh, and a lucky find under the bucket by Parodi.
Sticking with the play. Don't give up.
Back to a 10-point lead for Uruguay. Now that runner will go. Now a foul underneath. I believe they're going to get Matthias Calfani.
Brazil's got to make every possession count now. If they're able to get this 2-pointers to go, got the first one, got the second one, Mr. Fisher. They're going to go back into the 2-3 like they played the last few possessions. Let's really see if they can get that going for them.
Biggest lead of the game at 12 points now. Make it 15 on the 3-pointer by Fittipaldo. 58-47. I beg your pardon, they had it at 8, got it to 11. Now a 3 from the other side. Giovanoni is no good, and Uruguay running. Nice pass ahead to Parodi. The scoop layup won't go. Will they call an unsportsmanlike? No, they won't. Just a hard foul. The foul is going to be on Luz. get a shot. The wide open three by Fittipaldo.
Big bucket. As a matter of fact, big game by Fittipaldo. He's since the start just controlling the pace, getting down the lane, finding people open, knocking down the shots he needs to. Big game for the young man.
Second free throw up and in, and it's a 13-point lead now.
Biggest lead of the game.
Yeah, 13. Lose. And the three-pointer at the other end answered by Guillermo Giovannoni.
Line drive three,
Yeah.
but they needed it.
Back down to 10. They desperately needed that as we hit the 5-minute mark here in the fourth quarter.
They go back to the man-to-man defense Brazil does. Uruguay, though, Fittipaldo really running the show.
Oh, pretty spin move into the lane. It won't go for Calfani, but a foul called on Giovannoni, and that's his third. There's the spin. Free throw is up and good. Calfani celebrates.
If you're Uruguay, you don't want to sit down just on a 10-point lead. You want to
No.
keep playing all the way down to the end.
Calfani misses the second free throw, so his point total stays at 6, and the lead stays at 11. Giovannoni to Batista, back to Marquinhos. Now lose. 7 to shoot. Pretty floater by by Benite.
Absolutely right. Tough shot, but pretty looking.
Mentioned it earlier about how hard those shots are to practice. You can put a folding chair or something like that as a shot at the other end, but you can put a folding chair out there or something and run through drills to try to shoot floaters and runners and stuff, but it's such an instinctive shot. Now Marquinhos for three. No. Tap attempt up there by Luz wouldn't go, and Uruguay gets it back.
And if you're Uruguay, you really want to control the clock here. Make sure you run it down, all the way down, so you can get a shot off. A good look shot, but not in the beginning of the clock.
Calfani for three. Brazil wanting timeout when they can get it. Now Luz. He draws the foul by Parodi.
That'll be on the side, but after a Brazil timeout.
Mangano wave it off. I guess he did not want the timeout. So Benite to inbound, gets it to Luz. To Marquinhos. And now a foul, then an unsportsmanlike. The foul is going to be on Borsellino.
Oh, they use the same criteria they did with Augusto. See, Marquinhos got down the lane. He got hacked a little bit harder than usual. So just like the first play against Augusto, they made sure they also called this one.
Yeah, there was no question. There was no attempt at the ball there. That was just a straight rake across the arms.
Well, if you're down at the park, that could be a regular foul.
Yeah.
But given that they give the first one to Augusto, it was pretty much a very similar one, they had to also call this one.
Once again, a nice job by our officiating crew, Pablo Estevez, Roberto Vasquez, and Roberto Oliveros. Marquinhos gets the first free throw. This could be a big break for Brazil. Hits them both, and they get the ball back. Too strong on the second. Brazil gets the ball back at any rate. Trailing by 10 with 3:25 to play. Giovanni back to lose.
That's
To
close.
Marquinhos. Little stutter step move, elevates and bumps it home, and it's down to an 8-point lead. 63-55 coming up on the 3-minute mark. Brazil needs to start getting some stops. Now the drive and the score by Calfani.
But if you're Uruguay, that's what you want to do. You get the ball into your best playmaker, number 5, Mr. Filipaldo. He draws on the pick and roll. He draws 2 defenders, kicked it inside, and they got the deuce. And here you see the pull-up 2 by Marquinhos in the play before.
That foul was on J.P. Batista, his 4th.
But again, if you're Uruguay, you want to keep the ball in Mr. Filipaldo's hands. He's the dangerous man making the good reads.
Calfani can't complete the 3-point play, so it remains a 10-point lead. Marquinhos faked the 3. Now to Batista in close. And Batista shuffled the feet. And now Batista and Borsellino chest to chest. Borsellino celebrating a little bit in Batista's face. He's lucky he was not called for a technical foul there. See the assist to turnover ratio far in favor of Uruguay.
So there's that man.
Now the nice drive and the left-hand lay-in by Fittipaldo. Gets it back to a 12-point lead with 2:19 to play, and Brazil takes timeout. They've got to come up with something here. They're running out of time. We're back in a minute from Mexico City. This is the 2015 FIBA Americas Championship Tournament.
Pero esto es un engaño. Sácalo fuerte aquí. Le doy el 3 en la zona muerta.
Bloqueio fica aqui, João.
Acontece que ele está trocando el 4 y el 5. Olha tu hombre, JP.
Eu tô por aqui, ó, vou vir pra cá.
Olha tu hombre que capaz que tenga que bloquear el subo. Tá bom?
Se bloquear, tem que jogar pro outro, mano. Vamos, caralho. Vamos, caralho. Bora.
If you're Brazil right now, you want to make sure that you get some quick buckets and some stops on the other end. The clock is against them. 14 points down with 2:19 to go. You want to get quick buckets and stops. Maybe you can get some transition off of that. If you're Uruguay, you're the completely opposite. You want to slow the game down, make sure the clock winds down as much as possible before you get a shot off.
Yeah, if you are Uruguay, you don't have to score the rest of this game if you use up 24 seconds on the clock every time. 3-pointer's no good. Batista battling for the rebound, and then a foul called underneath. That's going to be on Nicolas Borsellino.
Brazil arguing that Guilherme got shot on a 3-point attempt, but Batista got held underneath, and he's going to go to the line.
That's 4 on Borsellino. Free throw no good, and Brazil can't afford to miss any free throws down the stretch. Brazil from the free throw line, 15 of 24. Brazil took care of the ball in that third quarter a lot better, but through this fourth quarter, they've been a little bit more careless with it. Second free throw good. Marquinhos with 21 points to lead all scorers.
That's what you want. This man with the ball right here he's been dangerous all game. There you go. Find a pass down the lane.
It's okay. They didn't score, but they used up 23 seconds. And they've still got a 10-point lead with 1:30 to play. Marquinhos for three. No. And then Batista and Borsellino battling underneath. That's going to be on Batista. And that's 5 on Batista. So Borsellino with the little bit of the shove there. And now, yeah, no question there.
Well, Uruguay with the golden chance right here to wrap this up at the free throw line. They can go up 12 with 1:23 to go. And I don't want to call this an upset, but definitely if you ask around, the Uruguayan team, they came in focused. They played hard defense from the start, and they're going to jump off with a very important win against this Brazil squad at the first round.
And they're going to potentially win this game with a rebounding deficit, which you wouldn't have expected. So both, rather the second free throw was good. So it's an 11-point lead for Uruguay with 1:19 to play. Lose. And is Brazil taking too much time offensively here? Nice move by Marquinhos, but he could not finish.
And this is where the experience comes in. Slow the game down, let the clock go. Osimani has done this many, many times.
Yeah, Osimani, and then get it to number 5 inside of a minute.
Fittipaldo, great game for him today.
Fittipaldo high off the glass, no. Rebound to Lima. Now Benite for 3. No good, and then the soaring rebound. Pulled out of there by Kelfani. So Uruguay in Group A play will move to 1-0. Brazil will fall to 0-1.
There you go, big fella.
Yeah.
Get rewarded. Got a defensive rebound, kept playing. After the play went down, got an offensive rebound, gets rewarded with the and one.
Kelfani breaks into double-digit scoring. Fittipaldo leading Uruguay with 12. Parodi with 11.
Well, see, partner, that's a big major difference because you have 4 Uruguayan players in double figures, and in Brazil you only have 1 in Marquinhos with 21. So Uruguay was able to spread the wealth a little bit more and create more problems for Brazil, where Brazil really kind of focused the game in Marquinhos, and then that didn't go so well when they try to ISO in the second half.
Inside of 10 seconds to play. Benitez last three-point attempt won't go. And Uruguay celebrating the 71-57 win over Brazil. Call it an upset if you want, but Uruguay came into this one with a very good game plan. They stuck to it, and they were able to pull away from Brazil in that fourth quarter.
They had a defensive strategy. They were composed on their stance. They gave Brazil a hard time on every offense. Brazil did not shoot anything open. Give Uruguay credit. They played a great game, and they can walk out of here with the W.
Uruguay outscoring Brazil 25-16 in that fourth quarter. Let's take a look at some of the final statistics on this one. Uruguay, 22 of 63 from the field for 35%, 5 of 18 from three-point range, 28%, 22 of 32 from the free throw line for 69% there. For Brazil, they were 20 of 56 for 36%, just 2 of 20 from three-point range, 15 of 25 from the free throw line for 60% there. Brazil out-rebounded Uruguay 39-37. but Uruguay with the offensive rebounding advantage 17-23. Brazil with 20 turnovers in the game, just 12 for Uruguay. As you mentioned, multiple players in double figures for Uruguay, led by Fittipaldo with 12. Calfani had 11. Herodi had 11. Aguiar had 10. And Borsellino right there with 9. Leading rebounder for Uruguay was Calfani with 8. Borsellino also with 8. Herodi had 5 assists for Uruguay. Fittipaldo with 5 steals. For Brazil, they were led by Marquinhos with 21. As we said, no one else in double figures. Giovannoni had 9. Batista had 8, but it seemed like Brazil would try to get it to Batista. They focused on that for a couple of plays and then got away from it, and he ended up with only those 8 points. Leading rebounder for Brazil, Marquinhos with 9. Benite had 6. Luz had 4 assists, but he also had 5 turnovers. Benite had 3 steals. Score from Mexico City in our second game of the day. Uruguay 71, Brazil 67. What does Brazil have to do to kind of clean up what they did wrong in this first game?
Well, Brazil now, they got to adjust a few things, especially with the offensive end. I thought they did a lot on isolations, get away from what we saw in the Pan American game, which was a spread of the wealth, trying to get the defense on the heels. So they got a few adjustments to make, and within a couple, tomorrow at 6 o'clock, they made it the Dominican Republic, and they're going to need to bounce back. Uruguay, though, what a great start. They play against Brazil, they come out focused, they play they gave him no space on the offensive end. They walk out of here 1-0, and they're going to play with Panama tomorrow and try to go 2-0.
Our next game here is at 6 o'clock this evening. Between games, Argentina and Puerto Rico. And 6 o'clock local time, followed up at 8:30. And Mexico. For my partner Victor Mansur, I'm Craig Feta saying so long for now from Mexico City, where once again Uruguay has defeated Brazil 71-57 in this preliminary round game.